Okay, it's recording. Okay, so some of the things that I've learned about posting on social media. I think one of the basic things that we already know is to not be Beachbody. Beachbody does a great job of advertising, so we don't need to advertise for them, that we need to be ourselves. So how Beachbody is a part of our lives. So one of the really cool things that she had us do this weekend is to create your customer, like your dream customer, the person in your niche market who would be your ideal customer. And what she means by niche market is really, it's really you. It's really a reflection of who you are, because those are the people that you're going to connect with. Those are the people that are going to relate to you. So she had us actually like create a person. I'm going to try to do a screen share and show you my person that I created. Is this going to be fun? So I created a person, and so I wrote down a bunch of things about me that why I started Beachbody, what I was like before Beachbody, and that was like my person that I want to reach, the person that was like me. So this person is my niche market. Hold on, I have to get to her. Okay, where did you guys go? Screen share. Okay, can you see it? Do you see it, everybody?
Yes.
Do you see Susie?
Yes.
Okay, so she would be my niche market. So this is Susie. I have no idea who she is. I just Googled a picture of a mother. And this is, I was like, oh, okay, she looks like somebody I could talk to. So this is Susie. I made up her name because Susie Homemaker, because that's what I am. And so my niche market would be pretty much somebody from 35 to 45. Somebody that's kind of in the throes of motherhood. I'm 43, so it's a little bit above, where I am, but they probably are around the same, place that I am with motherhood. They're a stay-at-home mom. She puts everyone before herself. I mean, we're mothers. That's what we do, right? Everybody's needs come before our needs. She has lost herself in motherhood. Kind of going with that she puts everybody before herself. Everybody's needs get taken care of before her needs get taken care of. She wants something for herself, and she wants to find herself again. Before motherhood, she was actually a person that wasn't, Haley, Luke, and Kylie's mom. She was a teacher, a wife, a friend, somebody in the community. So, and she's tired of being tired. She's worn out. She is happy on the outside, but she doesn't feel happy on the inside. So she can hide her feelings pretty well. But she's a great friend. She's ready to invest in herself, but she still has a hard time spending money on herself. So it's that person that you really need to talk to and really need to communicate with, that they are worth it, that they are worth the investment. She's scared to start because she thinks she will fail. So those are things that I wrote about myself, but I'm going to take this, and this is what she wanted us to do. So this was her assignment. She wanted us to take this, and when we post, she goes, I want you to post to that person. I want you to post to Susie. So when I'm typing out my post, it doesn't really even have to be Beachbody, even about working out, but it could be about how I lost myself in motherhood, and, a picture or saying that was about, what happened when, I started staying at home and I wasn't a teacher anymore. And I, had 3 children, and nobody was praising me all the time like my students used to, and my the parents of my students used to. So things like that. Take those things that would be about you, your niche market, and just make a list. Actually, after I wrote this list, I was like thinking of more things. I'm going to show you in somebody else's picture too. And then that's where you're going to get your posts from, your ideas from. So Susie is really me before Beachbody. But when I think about posting, I'm thinking about posting for Susie, not really for myself. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm going to show you one other one. I'm going to stop this share and find the other picture that I really liked.
Oh, hey, Laura.
And then you can look. I see Laura. Hold on one second. Sorry. I have to go through my camera roll here. I wasn't very fancy and had like a whole presentation because I'm not very technically savvy. It's crazy when everybody's quiet because they're all muted. Oh, where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay.
I was just going to add, Amy, that avatar, they call it avatar, that's me. So it kind of worked for Amy in the fact that she, attracted someone, attraction marketing, attraction, whatever you believe in. That's me. That's right. The exact description is pretty much me. So yeah. It's interesting how that works out sometimes. Obviously, You'll have people in your business that may not meet those exact criteria, but I think the more that you put yourself out there and you share your story, the more the people that are just like you are going to come to you.
Yeah.
So I think that's important to realize that you just want to focus on how you felt when you started or how you're feeling now and kind of share that journey in whatever way you want to, just being, that mom that's struggling or, how tough it is to get through the afternoon. And then always, when you do a post, always have like the happy moment, like your aha moment or whatever you want to call it, where you're like, but because of all this is what I did and this is how I feel now. And it's like almost like a little story of a progression, problem and then solution. So people can see like, wow, I'm just like her. I am tired. So maybe if I work with Amy, maybe she can help me not be tired. And she did it and she's not tired anymore. So they can connect to you and your story.
Yeah. And I think it really just helped me this weekend to write it down. Like I have it all up here. Like I know why I started Beachbody. I know how I felt before, but to actually write it down and then kind of like take it away from me and put it on somebody else and say, I want to help Susie, even though, she has all the characteristics of Amy, but I want to help that person. So now when I'm thinking about posts, I can go to that and say, okay, I'm going to talk about this today in my post. But good point, Monica, about, always make sure that there's a positive, like what changed that, that I was ready to invest in myself, what clicked. So here's another one. Okay. So this is Catherine, and this girl got really, really, really descriptive in her, and she's a good lady on our team. You might know who she is. I don't know. She got really descriptive in not our immediate team, but the whole refinery team in her description. So I was like, after I read hers and a couple other ones, I was like, oh, I need to add more stuff to mine. So this girl is 38. She's a busy wife and mom of 2. She works full time. She enjoys working out and staying fit and struggles to put healthy meals on the table for her family. She's committed to health through nutrition, wants more from life than just getting by, craves freedom from her 9-to-5 job. So a lot of this is more focused on the business than what I did. Mine was more on, a customer. This is really focused on the business. Wants to go on vacation and not worry about the credit cards afterwards. Is self-motivated, has the courage to grow, is busy, 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 has the heart to help others, lives by faith, not fear, loves her family and friends, is intelligent and enjoys a challenge, likes to figure things out, is a good listener, is coachable, used to think you had to diet to stay thin, is driven to succeed. So hers are a lot more business-minded than just somebody that needs our products, that needs the workout programs, that needs help with nutrition. So hers is really business minded. And you can do both. You can do a mixture in yours. Like Catherine could be your wish list of what you want financially out of Beachbody too. So those are two really good ones. And of course, we did them on PicMonkey. You don't have to do them on PicMonkey. That wasn't even, we didn't even have to do that in the assignment. It was just a kind of a thing for me to mentally transfer it onto somebody else and see that as my customer instead of myself as my customer. So you can just make a list in a notebook of, you can even do two, your ideal coach, your ideal customer, for your niche market. So, but really be describing yourself. Does that make sense? Yeah. So that really, let me see if I can get back out of that. Okay. So that really helped me, this weekend. And then another good thing, we did have to do something else to list 10 characteristics of your perfect coach, of the perfect coach that you would want to have on your team. And so some of the characteristics I just wrote out on a list in a notebook is I would like them to be humbled. I would like them, or humble. I'd like them to be focused, coachable, that they have a purpose, that they have a sense of humor. They're motivated. They're giving. They don't easily give up. I see that a lot of people just easily give up, whether it's fitness or in business or anything. People start things and just give up because they want that quick, turnaround. I want people, a coach to be self-motivated and driven. So those are my 10 characteristics of ideal coach that I want to be attracting. So in order to attract those coaches, I need to be that coach. Those 10 characteristics that I just listed, in order to attract them, I need to be that type of coach. And then if you're just feeling, I don't have anything to post, I don't know what to post, how can I reach people? She gave another good suggestion of just go and look through your friends on Facebook. Look through their pages. Those people that you're like, okay, I have 5 people that I would really, really, really love to help, or 10 people, whatever the number is, that I would really love to help. Go through their Facebook feed and look at some of their posts that they have written, and then make a post for them. Don't state their name, who they are, but a lot of them, I'm sure, are your niche market and have probably gone through the same things that you have gone through and might be struggling with potty training right now, and maybe you could put, the stress of potty training, or, just the stress of motherhood and the things that we have to teach our children, a post about that. And then, like Monica said, turn it around of, that, wow, we get this incredible job of teaching another human being something, so be able to go onto your friend's page and just see what they might be struggling with, see what they might be dealing with, and inspire them through your post. So those are just a few of the good tips. I still have a few more days of this Facebook group that I'm doing, or social media posting. And but those are a few that I was like, oh, I just really want to share those with my team, because I think we all struggle with posts. I know I do. Some days I'm just like, I have nothing. I have nothing popping in my head of what to post. It's just life. And but those are some really good things for me to really think about, of how I can post. I mean, I really think some of the times I think nobody reads my post. Nobody's reading my post. And then I'll do a post and I'll get tons of comments on it, or I'll get a few messages, or, so it's like, I never know who is really reading them all the time and just never saying anything, or, so those are just some good ideas of posting. Any questions? Any other thoughts or comments?
I kind of do.
Okay, well, do you want to talk Here?
I can just talk right there.
Can you hear Mark? Okay.
Yeah.
About like from a guy's point of view, I mean, I think these are great ideas. What you just posted, you know, that and you basically described yourself, so that can be the market you go after.
Right.
But I'm looking at it from like my point of view, and I don't know how much. I don't know if any of y'all have like male coaches or anything.
Nobody has a male coach.
Okay, well then I guess I'm the only one. So
I'll help you out, Mark.
Because a guy.
I'll help you out.
No, that's fine. Because I would think a guy would be more like, I gotta put on whatever. You know what I mean? What do you think, Michael?
Okay, you have to just think about 3 to 5 things that you're passionate about. Okay, so for you as a guy, it could be you as an insanity instructor. I'm just going to throw some stuff out there.
Yes.
It could be your personal development, something that you're reading that had really inspired you. It could be something for your teaching, some like awesome moments. It could be something from your childhood that has brought you to where you are now, just sharing part of your story. Sharing why you wanted to become a personal trainer. Share your frustrations of wanting to help people and being a coach in the school system, but then working at the elementary school. You can kind of focus on that. If you have a passion for, not your passion, but I know you haven't really enjoyed like eating healthy in the beginning, you can kind of share that journey, how you go from like hating certain foods to now, you know, drinking Shakeology and getting your nutrients in. I mean, it really can just be anything, really. It could be a story that you notice in like your clean eating group, or just pick a couple things. It could be about golf, so then you can attract your avatar. And when you think about the perfect guy that you want to work with, you know, is he a personal trainer? Does he have to love the Cowboys? Is that what it is? Yeah. He's got to be a sports fanatic. Like, think about the guy that you want to work with that you're like, man, you're awesome. Like, you want to hang out with this person and you want to help this person. Just kind of think about that kind of guy you want to work with. Does that help?
Well, in the webinar that I watched to help with this, it was Katie Hefner, and she was the skinny fat person. I was like, what in the heck is skinny fat? But you were skinny fat. You were, even though he was healthy on the outside, he wasn't very healthy on the inside. Like, he looks, you know, when we first got married, even when he was in the gym all the time when we were dating, or before we even started dating, he was in the gym all the time. He ate like crap, but he looked healthy and he looked fit. But, you know, so I would put him even in that category of skinny fat. Where really
skinny junkie or something?
No, that there really are people that are skinny and they think that they're fine and healthy.
Yeah.
And you were that person. Like, I'm fine and healthy, and that you ate green beans out of a can and corn on the cob.
It's the way to go.
And it could just be simple, like putting a side-by-side picture, like take a picture, have Amy or you go to the store, take a picture of what you used to eat, and then put like a plate that you're eating now and be like before and after, you know, and just kind of give a little blurb. Like, it doesn't even have to be like this crazy long story, because I know as women we're like, blah, 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 like all this stuff, but you literally could just, you know, pop a picture, you know, up, and then it's easy to do on your phone. It doesn't have to be that complicated. Literally side by side, doesn't need any graphics, and just be like, this is how I ate before and this is how I eat now, and I feel so much better. Like, you know, obviously in your own words, because, you know, dudes talk different, but
yeah,
you know, it can be that simple, you know, and a guy's going to be like, oh my gosh, I eat that. And they might be like, maybe I need to talk to Mark. Like, is this not a good thing to eat? Because I literally had a conversation with a mom at a party the other day, and she's like, I would just wish somebody would tell me what my kids should be eating, because I don't think there's that explanation anywhere. She's like, well, you know, Kraft macaronis and cheese is really not the best option. So what is? If I'm giving 3 choices, what's the best option? So a guy might look at that and be like, yeah, you know, I better talk to Mark. Better figure this out.
Right.
Well, thanks, Monica. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I think that's perfect, just to look at where he was before we started, because when we started, I was like, okay, I'll do the fitness part, because he was like all about the fitness, and I really wanted to change how we ate. and he wasn't really on board with that. I said, okay, if I'm going to jump on the fitness end and really start working out and getting myself into shape, then you have to give a little too. And he did. And now like he's eating asparagus. Like that's crazy.
And Brussels sprouts.
And Brussels sprouts and kale and squash. And, you know, like that's like crazy. And I'm like thinking it's just because the slow gradual change. I really do believe that Shakeology helped him.
Yeah.
Like crave it. I don't know. I mean, it's just like the weirdest thing. Like he was like, I'm not even going to try it. I'm not even going to touch it. I will not do it. And I mean, when we got married, that was literally, I mean, he tried to eat a salad for me and I think he almost threw up. He won't eat a salad yet, but I'm okay with that because he does eat his veggies. And that was my biggest concern. I'm like, we're going to have kids and they're going to say, Daddy doesn't eat his vegetables. Why do I have to eat mine?
Yeah.
So anyway. So I think that would be, because I don't think men really know what to eat. I think a lot of these guys in the gym don't know what to eat.
I didn't.
So they just think protein, protein, protein.
Yeah.
So anybody else? Question, concern?
I know Melanie and I briefly talked on Wednesday just to kind of brainstorm some ideas of what she could post about. Laura, do you have any questions on or struggles of what you need to be posting? Because I think you need to come a little bit more out of your comfort zone, girl.
No. I'm actually waiting. I just did the 3-day refresh Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And I had really good results. So I'm waiting till Wednesday. I'm going to post again, say, oh, a week later, it's still, the weight's still off or, you know, whatever. So on Wednesday, I'm going to post something out of my comfort zone.
I know it's tough. I know it's not easy. It's not easy. But you got to do it, little baby steps. Or like one big leap, you can do that too.
Yeah.
Well,
I know if you got it, if you feel like, oh gosh, I don't want to post this. I don't want to post this. I posted it. Do it. Seriously, do it. And then just text me and then be like, oh, guess what I just did? And I'll be like, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Because you are so awesome in posting in our groups. Like you were so awesome, but I know that's comfortable for you because everybody's doing something.
You're like a machine.
But you are. You're like a machine. You're a machine. When you were doing Max 30 and it was like, you know, it was just awesome. And you weren't even just doing it in one group. You were doing it in 2 groups, you know, posting all your stuff. I think it was just 2. Was it more than 2?
Yeah.
But it was still.
On my page too. I was posting it on there.
You were posting on your page?
Yeah.
I didn't even see them on your page. You did post them on your page? That's good.
Yeah. I don't know if I did it every day, but I did it pretty often.
Okay. That's good. Yeah. That's just having it a part of your life. Just showing that it's a part of your life. So that's good. So maybe you should do that, Laura. Write down your niche market and things about yourself before and just kind of make posts to that person. You know, inspiring because, you know, we want to help people and we just don't, I mean, because with this, we just don't help people with losing weight. I mean, we really help people.
Yeah.
You know, Monica was a completely different person when I met her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when she walked into Fit Club. So she's changed
Melanie
so
knows.
much since she walked in. She was just like, I think she was like a zombie. Like she was.
Wow.
I can tell you, she is totally different. She's amazing. You know, before, always a wonderful person, but just a little more timid, a little bit more shy, just maybe a little more reserved, careful in her actions and her statements, and kind of a little bit worried about offending people. And I just love it. I love what I see from her. I mean, it's amazing. I sit here and watch her with all these great tips, and I'm like, go Monica. It's wonderful.
Yay, thank you.
Yeah,
It's a journey though. It's definitely a journey.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, Beachbody is just not just about workout programs and, drinking Shakeology. Once you become a coach and you start reading personal development, it's like a whole different world opens up to you. So,
Yeah.
And then you really see people through different lenses, and you see yourself through a different lens. So, yes. Sorry, my little
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10
10 minutes, Tucker. Anything else? Laura, did you have anybody in the free 5-day, the clean eating challenge?
I kind of spaced on that this week.
I did too. I totally forgot about it until Wednesday, and then, yeah, it just didn't happen. So, but there are some people in it, so we will definitely have to do another one next month, but we'll talk about that on the next call, what we're going to do in May. Crazy that it's going to be May. So, not yet, but anything else before we say bye-bye?
Yeah, I just wanted to add for the clean eating, I think it's just so important, because I talked to both Melanie and Laura and, of course, Amy about this, the fact that what we do is so personal that it's so important to establish that relationship. And I think that's the easiest way to have people join us, because there's no real commitment. They can do, a little bit or a lot, and we can start that relationship with the clean eating group. And this way they are offered some value, so they have the meal plan, and they can kind of see how it works with their lives and how they can make it better. And we can have that open dialogue to kind of, get them on the right track. So I think it's really important that we, as a team, schedule that every month, and we just constantly invite people and advertise, on our Facebook or Instagram or whatever you're doing, or even if you're out and about and people ask you questions and you don't really think they're ready to commit to anything yet, be like, hey, we're doing this clean eating group. Why don't you join me? It's, pretty low key. You need to get a shopping list and a meal plan. You should try it out, and just kind of leave it open. And they may or may not join. And we always say, it might just be no right now, but it may not be no forever, because then they'll probably start watching you and maybe asking questions. So some people kind of hang back a little bit,
Right.
And just wait, to establish that relationship. Don't let that discourage you. But constantly just try to establish those relationships, and post on Facebook so they can see. And just know, though, even though we're kind of talking about how wonderful Facebook is and talking to our avatar, that's what I call it in marketing terms, but that person that we're thinking in our head who we want to work with, they might not necessarily see it. So it's very important to not let that discourage you. If you don't get a lot of likes, make sure that you're reaching out to the people that you want to talk to. And the more you comment on their stuff, on their page, or message them, then your stuff will pop up in their news feeds. It's like one of those weird Facebook things. You can just look at your own news feed and kind of see who pops up in your news feed. It just kind of depends. Facebook is like, oh, they kind of talk a lot. Let me just kind of pop that up. And then if you do have a lot of posts out there, like a question, and I'll just kind of see, like, how many people are seeing my post? So I could get, 100 likes on a picture. And then I'm like, okay, I'm getting seen. And that's when you kind of do another post to make sure those people see it. So it's a little bit of a learning curve, I guess, to kind of understand how Facebook works. But the most important thing is just to establish those relationships.
Yeah. And another thing you could offer also is,
and there's no reason why we're all going to get SE5 this month. No reason.
Yep. So another thing is the new that they're offering 30 days.
Well, go ahead, Amy. Sorry.
Can you not hear me? Can you hear me? Am I frozen?
Now I can,
Yeah.
Okay. Am I back? Am I okay?
Yes.
Is the 30-day trial of Beachbody On Demand. I have 4 different people that are using it right now, and they love it. So that's another way to get somebody to become your customer, because they have to use your coach code, your coach ID, or your email address that you sign up with. They need to enter it. But I put the link in Resolve. I can tag you guys in it so you can see it again, that you can send people that you've been talking to that aren't ready to commit yet. You might say, hey, You want to try, Beachbody's offering a free 30-day trial to Beachbody On Demand. They will have to put in their credit card. I don't tell them that in the email, but I do tell them, let me know when you sign up, and I will send you an email 10 days before your 30 days expires, so you can decide if you're going to cancel it or if you're going to keep it. So, and then I just write them on my calendar when I'm going to email them, and just will email them and say, you have 10 more days of Beachbody On Demand. If you want to keep it, you don't have to do anything. If you want to cancel it, I will tell you what to do. And it's just a simple email that I do a copy and paste email, please cancel my club membership. And I tell them to email it to customer relations, and they just copy, paste it, and send it off. So, and then their credit card won't be, charged. And some people are really leery about putting their credit card in, but the 4 people that I've had that have done it so far absolutely love it so far, because they can pick and choose different programs to do. There's a ton in the library. So, and of course there's a sample of other ones, like there's a sample of FIO, there's a sample of T25, there's a sample of Max 30, but not the whole program of those, in 21-day fix and all those, the newer ones. So that's a good way to get, people as customers. So then they're linked to you. Okay?
Yeah.
Have a great week, everyone.
Thanks. You too.